Now, I think it's true that you know. Come on, man. Everybody else is ready. All right. I think you know if you missed any of 1 through 20, right? Because you had the answer. All right. Plus, you can check them with your calculator. However, does anybody want me to do anything on 1 through 20? Yes. Let's look at 13. All right, so here we go for question number 13. Now, on this one, to me, it was easier. Just multiply the bottom by what? Yeah, -6. All right. Remember, for those of you guys who were not here, we're trying to add them together to get them to eliminate. All right. So if I multiply that by -6, I get 36x minus 6y equals -24. And then, of course, the 10x plus 6y equals 24. And now what happens to the y's? Yeah, they cancel, which is now good because we get 46x equals 0, right? So the x-coordinate was what? The x-coordinate was 0, right? Now I just plug 0 in for x, and I get 6y equals 24. So y is equal to 4. So my answer is 0, 4. What? Does anybody else have any questions with 13? Anybody else with 13? What did you want me to do, Bo? 14. All right, let's slide over to 14. Now, any advice to me on what to do here?
Multiply the top by -2.
Yeah, multiply the top by -2. All right, when I multiply the top by -2, I get -2x minus 6y equals 2, right?
Yeah.
So now, what do I get when I add them?
You get 8x equals -8.
So what does x equal? So you see your mistake?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else, Morty? What? Did you plug 1 in or -1? I'm not asking you that. What did you get for x? You see what I'm saying, right? If this is wrong, then your y value is wrong. So if the x is wrong, correct it and then go put it back in. And I know that's easy fix for you. You hear me? 40 what? 19. Here we go. So what do you think I have to do on this one, Morty? Multiply the bottom by 2. That gives me -12x minus 10y equals -6. 5x plus 10y equals 20. So that gives me what? Do you agree with that? So x equals -2. Yeah, generally it's just a silly mistake, honestly. Generally it's just a silly mistake. What?
Do you figure out that you multiply that bottom one by 2 because you're trying to get the y's to be the same?
One positive and one negative. You just summarized everything I said last time. What? 15. So what are you thinking I should do?
I think you multiply the top by -2.
Multiply the top by -2, I think is perfect. negative 4x minus 8y equals negative 48. Now again, like I said, most of the time mistake is just the positives and negatives errors. That's it. Okay? So everybody please verify. What?
Does it matter when if you
No,
multiply the
you could have
X or
multiplied the
Y?
top by 3 also. You're right.
Okay.
Okay? So now when I add that, what do I get?
You get, what it would be negative 20y equals negative 40.
So y was what?
Y equals negative 2.
There's your mistake. Positive 2, right? Right. And now that we know y equals 2, you know what to do from there. Just plug in 2 up here and then go at it. What? Let's look at 20. So what's your recommendation on 20? Multiply the bottom by 3. 9x minus 21y equals negative 33. Negative 9x minus 5y equals negative 19. Negative 26y equals negative 52, right? So y equals 2. Not going to work out. All right, let's move on. All right, how many more problems do we have? 8. Okay, so this is good. So I want everybody to look at number 28 now. Somebody tell me why 28 is as hard as it possibly can get. Wow.
Because you can't multiply anything.
Say it.
Multiply it by like the top one by 6 and bottom one by 8.
Yeah, you don't just have to multiply one sometimes. Sometimes you have to multiply what? You have to multiply both of them. That's why I'm telling you, this is as hard as it gets. All right? Now, for me, the easiest thing to do is to remember 8 and 6. What is the common factor with 8 and 6? 48, but there is a least common factor. 24, right? Does it matter if you choose 48 or 24? No, the numbers are just higher. Does everybody agree with that? Right? So I try to keep them low because I don't feel like, right, using big numbers, right? So I want everybody just to pay attention, look up. I'm going to leave you guys alone today. So I want you to pay attention on this problem. All right? You don't have to write anything down right here at the moment. All right? Here's what I want from you guys. All right? I could multiply the top by, don't write this down, 3 or negative 4. No, don't write it down. Just look up there and see if you agree. If you don't agree, you got to tell me. Because now the x's will do what? Cancel. I could multiply by negative 3 and 4. Somebody agree with that? It doesn't matter which one you put the negative on as long as one's positive and one is what? Negative. I could have done 6 and negative 8. Right? For those of guys who didn't see 24. Right? I could have also chosen 3 and negative 7. Why is that? Because now the what? The y's will cancel out. Exactly right. I could have also said what? Negative 7 or, negative 3 or positive 7. Does everybody see that? So again, it's frustrating when I do a problem up here and you say, well, I did it this way. Because we're all going to get what? The same answer. If you do the algebra correctly, you'll get the same answer. Does everybody agree with this? All right. So again, you have choices here. Does anybody, especially you guys who are not here, am I making myself clear back there? You understand what I'm saying, right? You're with me, right? Okay, so I don't think you need to listen to the video, all right, but it would be, if you're unsure, you can come to my desk today. What? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. All right, so you're in good shape. Now, since we only have 28 questions, or we had to do up to 28, right? So we only have 8 for homework, right? So that means here is the next thing I'd like everybody to do. All right? I want you to do that. I don't need to show you how to do that. Now, let's everybody practice. All right, now put y1 is equal to. Sam, what does y1 equal?
Parentheses, negative 24 minus 8x divided, close parentheses, divided by 7.
Yes, thank you. y2, someone else. Go.
Parentheses, negative 18 minus 6x, close parentheses, divided by 3.
Beautiful. And then check them on your calculator. Of course, I can't really, you know what I mean? I can't really tell if you've checked them on the calculator, but I want you to, because I want you to make 100 on your test. All right, that's how you make 100 on your test, is you check your work, check your work, check your work. All right? And somebody tell me what the answer is. Somebody said negative 30. Is that correct? Okay, good. Some of you did it by hand and you saw there was negative 30. All right? Listen, guys, I want the whole worksheet done. Tomorrow you're going to just give me the worksheet with all of the work done. I want the work. You have to write out the work too. I don't want just the answers. You can get the answers using your calculator. You can get the answers checking your work on the back. There's lots of ways to get the answer. There is no substitute for doing the actual work. This is what I'm interested in. How did you solve it? All right, the answer does not impress me, because if you make a mistake on the test, I don't mark the whole thing wrong. I look at your work to see if you know what you're doing. All right? And you're trying to avoid mistakes. The positives and negatives are the biggest mistake kids make. So be careful. You just have 8 more problems to do. Check every one with the calculator. Put the last 8 in y1 and y2. All right? Anybody have any questions? Nobody? All right, I think we're in good shape then, guys. All right, good job. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've got a huge worksheet that we're going to take 3 days to make sure you are experts at solving systems of equations. And if you do all the problems, you will be. Good job.